Car right. There's an incident here, turn 14. He's still there. Right, car right, clear right. Yellow flag.
Jesus fucking Christ. Slight tap of the brakes here. No brakes, no brakes, still no brakes. Hits the wall, still no brakes, comes directly back onto the racing line. Okay, I'll get back on track now. See if we can just go incident free for the rest of the race. That's the only purpose that I have
Exit's clear, don't cross the white line.
in any of this. Maybe to catch Mr. 11 who spun us out.
The car ahead is sketchy. Car number 11, and their rating is 1.8. Car left. Clear left.
What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Bank Racing Uncut. We're going to have some more Porsche Cup racing from week 9 going around Indy. After my last video where we were trying to bounce back from mistakes earlier in the night, I went and took a break to go and eat dinner and then came back and did another race. In that race we qualified P5 and had a pretty good start for the race because P2 stalled it off the grid and then ended up taking out pretty much the entire grid behind us, which left us pretty clean as we escaped with the leaders for the first little bit of that race. And it was a pretty clean race with not much happening. Only a couple battles, so we were able to get a really good safety rating result from that race and then also come out with a good iRating result as we finished on the podium with P3. Although that good iRating result is going to come back to bite us in this race because as less people were playing in the night, there was less Porsche Cup splits, and that little bit of boost in iRating that we got is going to put us into the top split of Porsche Cup, which we had no right being in terms of competitiveness. So we're going to be in the back of pack for this race, but we're going to try to make the most of it and stay out of incidents, keep it clean, and still try to be as competitive as we can. So if you like what you see in this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's try to get into quality and see what type of result we can get and try to make the most of this. Okay, let's see how this is. This is my first time
We've got two
loading a
to set
quality
decent
setup
time.
into my setup. So we had to remember to load the race one in after quali. But I had never realized to do this in the non-fixed series. I'm not super experienced in it, so first time besides one weekend, or I guess a weekend and a half pretty much, racing F3, I had never really raced a non-fixed series before. So this being the first time, we learned that little thing to try to see if we can find any more advantage from that. But I think my last non-fixed race, I ran one of my fastest laps I've ever driven in quali with the race setup. So we'll try our best here. See what we can do in quali. Pretty slow through there. Definitely my worst section of the track. Not great through 13 and 14 either, but at least I feel a little bit better at getting it right sometimes. Versus never really getting it right on
Sector 3 is
that other section.
6 off the pace. You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 1. Okay, take your time, just get it started. Fastest lap for Bean, 125.
Frustrating. Not honestly, that was probably one of my better first sections of that lap. And gotta just completely throw it away.
Front left, 97%.
Yeah,
rear left, 96.
Okay, I just saw it the whole time, and before this race I was thinking about how like my iRating doesn't really matter to me, and gaining iRating doesn't matter because it doesn't necessarily reflect my pace, especially if I get good results from other people crashing out or just not having the best pace. If I don't feel good about my pace, which I don't, then I don't really care about my iRating, because it's a representation of your skill, but it's more a representation of your past results kind of thing. So like a lobby like this, my iRating went up a little bit, and maybe a little bit people more got offline or whatever happened, and now I got into probably a higher split because, and I say that because that quali time of a 125 is insane pace for anything I've seen anyone run in. That's probably the best lap I've seen anyone run in practice. That's better than like track guides I've been like kind of like trying to look at to help me find where I'm messing up. Like that's an insane lap if that was a 125. I obviously could have read it wrong, but I don't think I did.
V14.
Let's see what Ben did. Yeah, 125.6. That is an insane lap for what I've kind of been seeing. That is the fastest lap I've seen, and I don't even think he was the only one to run it. Yeah, you had 3 125 times in this lobby. I definitely got moved up to another split because of my last iRating results, and I'm in a split I have no business being in terms of my pace now. So this is going to be a in the back of the pack, maybe not even competing with people in the back of the pack because I got moved up to a split that I really just don't have the right being in. Maybe one day, but not that day is not today. We still have so much more improvement to get to being at that point. It's the goal, but in no way is this going to be a competitive race for me, even in the back of the pack here. I'd be curious though what split I am actually in then.
That's the end of the session. P15.
Okay, let's remember to switch our setup, but I'll do that in a second. But yeah, no, this is probably going to be a back of the pack, like potentially by ourselves race. Obviously back of the pack probably no matter what, but we'll try to make the most of it. Still have fun if we have any opportunities to go wheel with people, and still try to keep it clean and get a good safety rating result out of it at best. But yeah, kind of disheartening to not be competitive. I really want to be, but there's just a lot more skill improvements that need to happen. So, but we'll catch back up when we go to green. Okay, 20 seconds to go until we go green here. See what we can make of this start from all the way in the back. bright side, if we mess up the start, we don't have as many people to ram into us. So that's a pro. Try to find the best we can, but we'll try to have the best start we can. I haven't had too many bad ones today, although may have jinxed it.
Okay, standing start. Okay, Rob, be ready. Watch for the lights. Go!
A bad start, but when I say bad start, I mean really bad start in terms of stalling.
There's an incident in turn 1. We think it might be Marcos.
Probably should have gone down the first there so I didn't have a chance of stalling.
Still there. Right side's clear. On your right. Clear right.
Marcos, mate, how's the patience? He was so far off after the quality. What's the point in diving him? Yeah, that was a stupid solo, but I went around the outside.
Car right, you're on the left, 3 wide. Clear right. Car right. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. He's still there. He's still there. Clear right. Car right. Clear right. Right side. Right side's clear. There's an incident in turn 11. It looks like Mitched. Car right. Clear on your right. Right side.
Cook lap 1. Good work, Benny.
Clear right. Car right. There's an incident in turn 14. He's still there. Right car right. Clear right. Yellow flag.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Called into the pits for repairs.
Try to make it back around the track. Jesus!
Okay, Rob, the next car is not the cleanest racer. Mitched. Car number.
I go around the
18.
oval.
C license. 18th.
View that to see if he held his brakes or not, because certainly didn't look like it, but maybe he was crashing at such a high rate of speed that he bounced off the wall like no matter what. I do have a hard time believing that because I have crashed out of 14 many a times, and I've never like done that late into it. Felt pretty late.
The gap to P17 ahead is increasing. It's now 5.3 seconds.
When we go in for pits and repairs, we'll look back at that. It's even like
The leader has just.
we had even more time to react to it too, because I was going side by side with someone through the corner through 214, so I was already off the gas for that, and I was also off the gas because I saw him crashing. But like coming back onto the racing line, like all the way across the track from one side of the track to the other side of the track, there's just nothing I'm going to be able to do there.
Pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Okay, Rob, should be coming out into clear air. When we exit the pits, we should be in position 17. A few seconds in front of Mitched. It's fine, you got loads. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now. Left front,
Okay.
98. Descent, left rear, 97.
This is out of action, right? Yep.
That's a new fastest lap for Bean, 125.70. The leader has just done a
Take his glove off and look at it.
125.91. track temperature's rising. It's
Yeah,
now
this
78
like zero
Fahrenheit.
effort. I don't think at any point here there's brakes. They lose the car and there was a slight tap of the brakes there, no brakes, still no brakes. Let me do the... Slight tap of the brakes here. No brakes, no brakes, still no brakes. Hits the wall, still no brakes, comes directly back onto the racing line.
That was a low blow, bro.
The leader's just done a 125.70.
As we sit in the pits awaiting repairs, I ended my recordings to save some storage space. So because of that, let me give you some quick context as to what happened as we were going into the pits, as well as what happened as our repairs were ending. After our crash with the 11 came out with terminal suspension damage and couldn't drive their car anymore, so they had to tow back to the pits. But despite them towing back to the pits and us going around the track, their repairs are going to start before us as the jacks go up on their car as we come around turn 10. So with that, the timer is now on for us to get back to the pits as soon as possible so we can start our repairs. I'm not really too sure why the 11's repairs started so early and their tow time was so short. It only took us about a minute 40 seconds to get around the track on lap 2, because while we had some pretty bad steering damage, we were still able to go flat out through most of the straight sections and not lose that much time through the corners. So while it was a slow lap, it wasn't that slow considering with the damage that we had, and it should have been a lot more of a penalty for towing, but it's only going to be about 40 seconds for them, it seems. And now, as we enter the pits, we're going to be coming to about 8 minutes and 20 seconds of damage between both required and optional repairs. And with the pit lane here at Indy being such a long stretch down the front straight, the number 11 is going to get even more of an advantage on us on getting a head start on the repairs. Although I wasn't too sure if the head start was going to matter, as I thought they might have had way more severe damage than us and were going to be in the pits for way longer than us. So as we come to our pit stall, I just wanted to get in my pits, review the incident, and then wait to get our repairs done to get back on track and try to save a little bit of safety rating from this race. But while those were more thoughts in the moment, I'm giving you all this context with the 11 for a reason, because as we come to our pit stall and they got a minute and 6 seconds advantage on us, it's absolutely going to turn out that the 11's damage wasn't that severe and they're going to get released from their pit box before our required repairs are even done. But as fate would have it, the 11's going to make some mistakes on their outlap as they lock the brakes as they go into turn 12, which is going to force them wide into the runoff area, slowing them down a lot, and then as they come out of the runoff area through turn 13, they're going to have to dip into the pits and take a drive-through penalty for I have absolutely no reason why. I reviewed the race and it doesn't seem like they jumped the start, it doesn't look like they had any unsafe release or speeding in the pits, so I really have no absolute reason why they have this drive-through penalty, but it's going to work heavily to our advantage, because while they were on this outlap, our required repairs finished up, and I was just waiting for my optional repairs to finish up, as I just wanted to get all my repairs done so I had the best car to get around the track as safe as possible for the last couple laps of this race. And the timing with all my repairs finishing up is going to line up perfectly with the number 11 as they come through the pit lane for the drive-through penalty. So now, because I lapped them as they towed to the pits and now they lap me as they take this drive-through penalty, we're going to be on the same lap as they get out of the pits, and we're only going to have 6 seconds to them, so we're going to have something to fight for in this race besides our safety rating, as I really want to get back at the 11 for ruining our race and crashing us out by getting by them on track as we finish this race up. And even with the gap of 6 seconds, I thought because they got out of the pits early, they didn't do their optional repairs, and our car might be a little bit faster because of that, but we're still going to have to try to keep it as clean as possible because we're still 7 laps down with 4 incident points, and we don't want to add on any more incident points until the end of this race. Okay, I'll get back on track now. See if we can just go incident free for the rest of the race. That's the only purpose that I have
Mid exit's clear, don't cross the white line.
in any of this. Maybe to catch Mr. 11 who spun us out.
Is sketchy. Car number 11, and their rating is 1.8.
I'm assuming I took optional repairs and he didn't. So hopefully my car is a little bit less broken than his, and I should just be able to cleanly get by him. He was a faster car though. He was at the front of the pack when he spun. So we'll see how that. He had a drive-through penalty, I think. laps, yeah.
The gap to 15th place ahead is increasing. It's now 6.0.
I don't understand what's going on. So he's obviously a little bit faster on skill. Makes sense, but...
I'm getting ready, I check. Gotcha, brother.
What I just don't get is how did we crash together? He towed to the pits, I went around the track to avoid the tow time. But he got out of the pits first. How is that possible? Towing is supposed to be a bigger detriment to you, I thought. And then he also only did required repairs. Errors, I would have to assume. When you take into account tow time plus...
Thanks, Martin.
Incident in turn 14. Looks like it's Martin. There's an incident in turn 4. We think it might be Mitched.
What happened? Did he just clean someone out? I think Mitch was also down, so I don't know if
You're reeling car number 11 in the gaps now.
his lap times though aren't very fast, so
They're slower than us into turn 2.
like I said, I wonder what the damage that he has an effect on him. I can't tell you how badly I want to get my lick back and get past him. That's a him crashing into me.
128.66. Good lap. That's your best in the session.
The question though is, does he actually have more pace?
Alright Rob, you're reeling P15 in. The gap is now 1.7 seconds. There'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 15th place.
Starting to get in the draft now. Pretty terrible there. Through 13. Trying to be a little bit too conservative. Still being pretty conservative with my throttle foot there. We have an 8X from this, or from a 4X from this dude. Don't really want another one, so not trying to be too over the top here. Gonna try to be a little bit more patient with them. I don't know how much more we have to go.
Incident in turn 13. Looks like it's Martin and Marcos.
Blue flag, man, blue flag.
Come on, guys, pay attention when you're coming back on track.
What the fuck, man, blue flag. You know what that?
I got the leaders coming up too.
Hey, if you read the sporting code, blue flags are informational only.
Yeah, but dangerous re-entries aren't.
White flag, one more to go. Car left. Clear left. Blue flag.
Sorry, man, I locked up. I said I didn't want the 8X. I'm too competitive for my own. Oh, good. I heard the white flag. I really wanted that position back. It is what it is. That did not need to brake that hard for that corner either. But, yeah, that's what it is. Sucks to suck. It's like an eye for an eye. He made one dumb mistake, I made one dumb mistake. It is what it is.
P16. And there's the finish. Good result, mate. Well done.